Good evening, everybody. It's the regularly scheduled meeting of the Somerville Planning Board. I'm Mike Capuano. I'm the chairman of the planning board. With me tonight is our clerk, Jahan Habib, and members Michael McNeely and Luke Schuster. We have a quorum for all of the items that we are going to be hearing and discussing this evening. And pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting of the planning board will be conducted via remote participation. A video recording of these proceedings will be available on the city's website or by emailing planning@somervillema.gov. This meeting is being recorded. So we have a number of items on our agenda this evening. The first of which the approval of the minutes for June 6, 2024. Is that the right date? June 6th? I guess
yes, that's correct. That is correct.
Yep, that's right.
Steve Carey, the planning division.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about the special meeting on July 9th. That's where I was confused. So June 6, 2024. Has everybody had a chance to review the draft meeting minutes? Does anybody have any proposed suggestions or revisions? Okay, seeing none, the chair moves to approve the draft meeting minutes of June 6, 2024, seconded by Jahan. Steve, could you please call the roll?
This is Steve Carey in the planning division. Michael McNeely.
Aye.
Jahan Habib.
Aye.
Luke Schuster.
Aye.
And Michael Capuano.
Aye. Okay. We have a number of other items on our agenda. Some items are requesting continuances. We've got, excuse me, just missed 45 Mystic Avenue, who has requested continuance to August 1. Is that right, Steve?
Sorry, which one are you referring to?
45 Mystic?
They have requested to August 15th.
August 15th. In that case, the chair moves to continue this agenda item August 15, seconded by Jahan. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
This is Steve Carey in the planning division. Michael McNeely.
Aye.
Jahan Habib.
Aye.
Luke Schuster.
Aye.
And Michael Capuano.
Aye. Agenda item is continued. The next one is 290 Revolution Drive. They have requested a continuance to the August 1st meeting. Is that accurate, Steve? Still?
That is correct.
Okay. Chair moves to continue that agenda item to August 1, seconded by Jahan. Steve, please call the roll.
This is Steve Carey in the planning division. Michael McNeely.
Aye.
Jahan Habib.
Aye.
Luke Schuster.
Aye.
And Michael Capuano.
Aye. We have two other items on the agenda this evening. The next one is 71 to 72 Union Square. But we've also got a presentation of the Brick Bottom plan, which is a public meeting, not a public hearing. What I'd like to do is ask the clerk of the planning board to please read in notice of public hearing for 71 to 72 Union Square.
Absolutely, Mr. Chair. 71-72 Union Square, ZP 24-00059. Walter Sullivan seeks a major amendment to a previously issued special permit for cannabis retail, CCC 2020-00039 for in the commercial core 4 CC4 zoning district.
If I could please ask that applicant and their team to please be unmuted, we can proceed with this public hearing.
Sure, this is Steve Carey in the planning division. Mr. Sullivan, I'm going to unmute you on our end. You'll have to unmute yourself on your end.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mr. Chairman, and members of the board, my name is Walter Sullivan. I represent Union Leaf relative to the two amendments, the two requests it's seeking.
Could
The first,
excuse me, before we begin, would I be able to ask you to turn a camera on if you'd be able to present to us so I can see you?
Sure. This is Steve Carey in the planning division. Mr. Sullivan, I will promote you to panelist, and that will give you the ability to turn your camera on.
okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, and we can see you.
Okay. Boy, you learn something new every day on how to do this stuff. Uh, Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the board. My name is Walter Sullivan. I'm an attorney that represents Union Leaf relative to the request before you. The first request I'll discuss relates to a waiver of the traffic impact study being done. I believe that, the board has the ability to take judicial notice, in other words, to take into consideration life expectancies as they see them before them today. I think given that you're all from Somerville, you've got to see how the stores have operated in the city, and to make a determination, is a traffic study really needed in order for you to make a determination as to whether to remove the appointment only. In considering that, I think you need to consider at the time that you gave us the special permit, there were only 100 cannabis stores opened in Massachusetts and none opened in Somerville. There are currently over 500 stores opened in Massachusetts and 6 in Somerville. I think you may also be aware of that, although the special permits require appointment only, that in some cases it's an artificial program that's operating. It's my understanding, and even talking to some of the other businesses as well as my own client, is that planning staff or the building commission, I don't know which one, made a determination that in order to satisfy the appointment only requirement contained in the special permit, as long as any customer coming into the business filled out an appointment, that was considered appointment only. That's not really what the definition of appointment only is. But so basically someone comes into the store, they want to buy something, they go online at the store while they're there and request an appointment at that time. That really is not appointment only. I think that given the way the stores have operated, and in fact, even the licensing commission, who had a requirement of the first 6 months of appointment only prior to us opening, removed that requirement from our condition. I think that had a 6-month appointment. I mean, the planning board has a perpetual. I mean, that really creates an undue hardship upon licensees operating in Somerville to make it perpetual, and also to have to do a traffic study, given how these are operating today. I think, as I disagree with the staff proposal to you that says, well, the others aren't operating, the others are operating appointment only. They're really not, as to how they're actually operating. And 2, of course, someone has to be first to the table in moving forward. In accordance with the special permit is to make a request that such appointment only requirement be removed. We are the first ones to propose that because we want to operate within the spirit of the conditions posed in the special permit and be upfront with the planning board as to what our plans are. I think given how the stores have been operating in Somerville with no problems, that it shouldn't be an issue removing the appointment only, even without the traffic study being done. I don't want to keep going on here, but I think it's a proper request to ask the planning board. I think you can take notice on your own behalf without a traffic study to determine whether such a condition is still viable within the city. I believe it's not. I believe the way the stores are operating prove that. And in fact, some of the store owners aren't even requiring customers coming in to even go online to fill out for appointment only. So my request is that the board waive the requirement of the traffic study, and to remove the requirement of appointment only.
Okay. Attorney Sullivan, I'm going to have some questions for you maybe after we open this up to public testimony, but and of the staff as well. But I'm not going to take up time away from anybody who might be in the public who might want to speak. But does anybody on the Well, so, by the way, thank you for your presentation. I do appreciate it. Does anybody on the planning board have any comments or questions of the applicant or of staff before I open up public testimony? Oh, I see Sarah Lewis. Sarah, did you want to make a
I-
presentation on behalf of the staff?
I am afraid I'm still checking in the background, but I think we have a technical difficulty with the public accessing this meeting.
Oh, no.
So can you actually pause for a few minutes? Just to
Absolutely.
make sure that
See,
we're.
I see three people in the attendees list. One person who I know is a member of the public.
Yes, obviously Walter is here, but they would have received specific invitations, I believe. So let me
Okay.
and Steve coordinate behind the scenes. I just got a confirmation from another planner, so.
Okay, let me do this then. Let me put the planning board in recess for, is 5 minutes what you think you might need?
I think that'll be fine, thank you.
No, it's 6:14. I'll put us in recess for 6 minutes. We'll reconvene at 6:20.
Thank you all, sorry about this.
No. That's okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to figure out if we are able to come back as a board. I know that the staff is looking to remedy this situation, so
When we come back, can I make one more comment if you don't mind?
sure.
I forgot to put something in my presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we are still working on it, Mr. Chair.
Planning board will remain in recess for another 5 minutes. Can I please get an update on where we are with the technical issues? If someone from staff is available, can I please get an update on our technical issues, please?
Hi, this is Steve Carey. We're back now. Seems that I'm not sure what was, but Apologies. I'm not sure what was different about this time around. But it seems that members of the public need to input a passcode.
I had
Which
to
is
put
different.
one in on my end, but I thought that might have just been because I'm a panelist or what on my status. is.
That's different from what normally happens. I think that I believe what we're gonna do, and Sarah Lewis, I'm not sure if you wanna chime in here, but I think the best thing to do, just because we want to make sure that the public has the ability to access the meeting, is to continue to the August 1st meeting.
That's what I would suggest. Do we have an idea of if there is anybody who wanted to enter the meeting that didn't have access to it?
We have no way of knowing that at the moment,
Okay.
Mr. Chair, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. Then I agree. I think because we've got this as a public hearing, the public hearing in the presentation by the applicant will be available on the city's website, so that will need to be repeated, I don't believe. But in order to get the full public access under the open meeting law, I think we would need to continue any public testimony until at least the next meeting, when we can make sure that people are available and would have had the opportunity to review the presentation.
Mhm.
And what I'd like to do between now and our next meeting is get a formal opinion by the solicitor's office to make sure that the applicant doesn't need to make a new presentation.
Sure.
Will that also impact our matter of other business, which is the brick bottom?
That is a good question.
Because there's not a public hearing, but it is a public meeting. And
Right.
the way I would imagine it is the public would need to be invited to be able to join and listen in. And if and when the
Mr.
plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr.
absolutely.
Chair, I would advise that you can continue that item as well, unfortunately.
That's okay. That's okay. You know, technology is not always our friend. But because this is being recorded, I do know that Mr. Sullivan had one additional point that he wanted to make for the purpose of his presentation, which would be available to the public when they were able to review this meeting. So I would invite him to do that now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 2 points that I forgot to raise. One, the condition itself reads, retail sales to walk-in customers are prohibited. Customer visits must be by appointment only. As currently structured in the city, customers walk into the store and then make an appointment. By definition, they have become a walk-in customer in violation of the special permit. 2, my suggestion would be for the board is on its own initiative to request staff to bring all of the special permit holders forward and remove this condition from all of their licenses instead of having them make the affirmative step to file it. I think it was wrong to put it in as a perpetual requirement. And I think these stores are having a difficult time operating as they are. They disproportionately impact applicants as according to the state regulations. I believe that you're creating an undue burden upon them to even have them do all this extra work. My suggestion would be for the board to bring all the applicants forward, and if possible, maybe for the August 1st meeting.
Okay, thank you for the, I'm obviously not going to ask any questions right now of you or of staff, because I'm going to reserve that until the opportunity where the maximum amount of the number of people from the public are available, so that their testimony can be taken into consideration for some of the questions that I might have. And I would advise that the remainder of the members of the board, my colleagues, would take that same tack. So I'm apologetic of the technical issues that we faced tonight. but unfortunately, that's the way this goes. So what I would like to do before I open up to public testimony, I will move to continue this agenda item to the August 1st agenda, so that the members of the public who would like to testify will have the opportunity to be present, and so that the planning board will be able to hear that testimony and ask our questions and make our comments with kind of a full range of the public's opinion and of staff's and of your presentation. So, does anybody have anything else that they would like to add before I move to continue? Seeing none, the chair moves to continue this agenda item to the August 1st meeting, seconded by Jahan. Steve, can we please call the roll?
Yes, this is Steve Carey in the planning division. Michael McNeely,
Aye.
Jahan Habib,
Aye.
Luke Schuster,
Aye.
and Michael Capuano.
This agenda item is continued to August 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for your time. You have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a few weeks.
Thanks, bye now.
The other agenda item that we had was not a public hearing, it was a public meeting. It was a presentation on the Brick Bottom neighborhood plan. And for the similar reasons that we just discussed for this particular applicant in Union Square, it makes sense to continue this agenda item to August 1st, so that members of the public, all members of the public, will have an opportunity to review the presentation made by staff and hear the questions and the discussions by the planning board. And to the extent that the planning board opens up the public meeting for comment, it will not be testimony. It's a public meeting, not a public hearing. I will very likely be opening it up to public comment, just so folks are aware, because I always find that my views on things are better informed when we've got members of the public and members of the neighborhood who were able to voice their opinions. We'll take it up then. So I'm going to move to continue the discussion in the presentation of the Brick Bottom neighborhood plan to the August 1 meeting, seconded by Jahan. Steve, can you please call the roll?
This is Steve Carey, Michael McNeely,
Aye.
Jahan Habib,
Aye.
Luke Schuster,
Aye.
and Michael Capuano.
There is no other business before the planning board. So with that in mind, it is 6:33. I move to adjourn. That motion is seconded by Jahan. Steve, please call the roll.
This is Steve Carey, Michael McNeely,
Aye.
Jahan Habib,
Aye.
Luke Schuster,
Aye.
and Michael Capuano.
All right, everybody. Sorry about the technical issues that we faced this evening. But I will see you in a few weeks on August 1. Thank you.
Aye, everybody. Bye.
Take it.